Hey, I'm John O'Brien. I'm a double amputee. I live just outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in a town called Westchester. I was born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. Right out of high school, I joined the Marine Corps before the ink was even dry on my diploma, and went off to boot camp out in San Diego, California. Came back to Kansas City. I was a Marine reservist with headquarters 24th Marines, and I was taking flying lessons at the time and refueling airplanes, and I always knew that I wanted to be a pilot. Well, I couldn't make enough money to pay for flying lessons, so me and a buddy moved to Oklahoma to take lessons and get an education and working on aircraft as mechanics. And I was able to afford some more flying lessons. And then in 1986, a really cool movie came out called Top Gun. And I knew right at that moment that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to fly fighter jets in the Marine Corps. So I signed up to become an officer of Marines. I went through training in 87 and 88. 2 more years at college. I got my commission in 1989, and then I was off to flight school as a second lieutenant. So I was awarded to be able to fly the Aviate-B Harrier jump jet, which is a single seat, single engine aircraft that's basically designed as a bomber and a fighter to shoot stuff down and blow things up on the ground, to support the Marines on the ground. So it's a pretty cool airplane. I really love flying it. And then one sunny day and the first day of fall, September 22nd, 1993, while conducting a routine training mission on a narrow highway down in Cherry Point, North Carolina, I crashed. Landing on this narrow road, my aircraft had too much rate of descent coming in for a landing. I lost directional control and I went off the side of the road and I hit all these really big North Carolina pine trees that they make all this beautiful furniture out of. So I hit these last 2 trees head on at about 40 miles an hour, and then the aircraft exploded on me on the left side. I was awake through the entire event. I was pinned in the cockpit, and as a result I was severely burned, up 35% of my body on the left side. I was awake through the whole thing. The fire was put out within a few minutes, but the damage had already been done. They cut me out of the jet. They lifted me out and put me on a gurney, and I was awake through the whole event. And then they put me on a helicopter and flew me off to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, at the hospital there. I went to sleep. I woke up at a burn center in San Antonio, Texas, surrounded by my then girlfriend, who's now my wife, and my mom and dad and my brother. And they stayed with me basically the whole 3 months that I was in the burn center in San Antonio, Texas. Things just got worse on a daily basis initially because I had infection that set in. Initially they amputated part of my toes and then part of my foot, and then it ended up being left below the knee and then right above the elbow, all in the course of about a week. So multiple skin grafting operations and 3 months in the burn center, and then I was shipped off to Walter Reed Army Medical Center in Washington, D.C., where I went through rehabilitation for about 6 months to learn to walk again and also to learn to use a prosthetic arm. So that was basically how everything happened back in 1993. Initially, the way I felt when I first had my amputations was, you know, hey, it was necessary to have it done in order to save my life. The infections were pretty bad, and I had to do what they had to do, the doctors did, to save my life. Thankfully, I had loving family around me and caring friends and relatives that were a huge support system for me that helped me to endure it and to give me the faith and the confidence to keep on going on a daily basis. Currently, I work for a company called Flight Safety International, where I'm a regional director of regulatory affairs, so I deal with FAA issues with respect to pilot training in our simulators. And I'm also a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life, which is a division of Medifast Corporation, where we provide portion control meal replacements for people to help them to lose weight and everything. Because part of my success and what I do now is because I did lose weight. As an amputee, it's pretty difficult to exercise and to work out, especially as a double amputee with both limbs on the same side. So I decided, you know, that I needed to lose about 35 pounds, and I went on this program on the advice of my wife and also my chiropractor. So I ended up losing all this weight, and I got excited about exercising again and working out. So I did a workout program in my basement. It's called P90X. You may have heard of it. So I went through the whole program for 90 days in my basement, and I got in the best physical condition of my life, even better than when I was on active duty in the Marine Corps. And I felt so good that I decided to take up running again. So in August of '09, my prosthetist at Prosthetic Innovations built me a running leg, and I hit the track and just started taking it one lap at a time. One lap at a time eventually led to a mile, and that led to 3 miles, and that led to several miles. And then eventually I set the goal about a year ago this time that, hey, you know, I think I want to run the Marine Corps Marathon in October of 2010. So I signed up, and with the help of some friends down at work and everything, and the running club that I'm at Westchester University or Westchester, Pennsylvania, I decided, you know, hey, I'm gonna do this thing. So got a training plan, and with a great prosthetist and a great running leg and the support team of my family and friends, I was able to train hard and did pretty well in the marathon. Ran 4 hours, 54 minutes for my first one. And there were some struggles, there were some issues along the way throughout the training, but we got through them and got the marathon done. So some of my goals are to keep on running and to get faster and to get better. I want to definitely break 4 hours in the marathon, which I definitely know that I can do. And then the next goal is going to be 3:30 and then maybe 3:15, we'll see. And another goal is to run a half marathon in definitely around 1:45. I definitely think I'm capable of doing that. So I'd like to try triathlon, but I got to get it cleared with my wife if that's a possibility to ride a bike or not. I know I could ride a bike. I've ridden my children's bicycles, so I know I can do it. But it's a matter of being able to get out there and train on the road and get the miles in that you need to be able to do that. So, and as far as the swim arm goes, we can definitely build it here at Prosthetic Innovations. That's not a problem. So I'm happily married. I got a lovely wife of 16 years. I got 3 beautiful daughters that are 12, 10, and 8, and they're the joy of my life. Truthfully, they inspire me. They motivate me to want to do good every day. Like I said, I have a loving family that's so caring and so outgoing, and their emotional love and support for me and what I do, it's just been phenomenal. When we went down to run the marathon, I had 20 family members and friends that showed up to support me in that endeavor. So it's just incredible. I don't think there's anything I can't do, truthfully. I don't ever feel like I have a disability. I feel like I'm, you know, an able-bodied person. I can do whatever I want. And in large part, it has to do with, you know, with the way I live and the way I was raised. And also it has to do with the technology that's available to me. You know, I couldn't run in the 90s because I don't think they had the running legs back then. But now they do. And with the team here at Team Pro-Lem and Prosthetic Innovations, I've got everything I need to hit any goal that I want. Just over a year ago, I went snow skiing again for the first time, which for me was huge. I hadn't snow skied in 16 years, and I was able to ski again. And it was just a great achievement. So bit by bit, I'm getting back pieces of my life that I thought were lost and gone forever. So I keep getting those things back because I keep, you know, setting goals for myself and wanting to do them. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.